Welcome back. In this lecture, we are going to add providers in our Terraform settings block. Okay, so in a required providers block inside Terraform settings, we can define any number of providers, whatever is required for our Terraform configurations, and then also provide the source from which they need to download that respective provider, and also ensure that those provider versions with version constraints are defined there. Okay, so required providers block specifies all of the providers required by the current module or the current Terraform configurations, and mapping each local provider name to a source address and a version constraint. So that is what we are going to do. In addition to that, so whenever you want to change the versions, you need to use Terraform init and then -upgrade for switching the versions between the providers. Okay, so when you are doing the provider, whenever you say Terraform init, automatically it will download that respective Terraform provider, AWS provider or random provider inside the .terraform folder. So now if you want to switch to the different version, then you need to use -upgrade to do that. Whether you want to do it to a lower version or a higher version, the tag is -upgrade only. The option you need to provide is -upgrade only. So we'll see this now. So let's go back to our Terraform manifest. So we have completed the required version thing. So now we are going to define the required providers. So inside this, our first provider we are going to define now. So let's select the name here, right? Provider name, and I'm going to say my provider name is AWS, and source and version is what we need to define now. Okay, so I'll say Terraform AWS provider. Okay, so it will take me to the latest HashiCorp/AWS Terraform provider, and it will provide me the settings block related details in detail. Okay, so you can see in the Terraform block you can find the AWS provider related source information and also the version information. Source is nothing but HashiCorp/AWS. So it is downloading from, so if it is from HashiCorp, you really don't need to provide the registry.terraform.io/HashiCorp/AWS. So directly it is HashiCorp/AWS, and its version is again ~3.0. So let's see what happens if we add this provider there. Okay, so let me go here and just copy this directly. Okay, and then now if you go ahead and then do the Terraform init, what happens we will see. Okay, so Terraform init, so it is initializing the provider plugins, finding HashiCorp/AWS version matchings, and installing the latest version as on today whatever is available, which is 3.27.0, which means the rightmost version's latest thing it is getting and then downloading. You said just 3.0, so the rightmost version 0 related thing. Okay, so the 27 is the latest available today, so that it is trying to download and then install locally for us. Okay, so if you try to give 3 something xxx dot means like 3.0.0, so then it will try to get from 3.0. From here the latest version it is going to get and then download. So you have given only 2 digits, so now it is trying to take the rightmost version from here and then do it. Okay, so now let's go here and go to .terraform folder and go to providers and registry. See, it downloaded from registry.terraform.io, and inside that you will find HashiCorp, and inside that you will find AWS, inside that you will find 3.2.7.0, inside that your original Terraform provider related information is present. Okay, so what is this provider in detail we are going to learn in next sections, but on a very high level we are seeing what exactly and then where it downloads. Okay, so that's about the Terraform provider, how it has downloaded when we have defined that here. Okay, so now let's also try one more. Okay, so let's say random Terraform random provider. Okay, so open that and go here and then get the information. Okay, so here use provider, you will find the random provider information, right? So copy this and get here. So one you have defined, so the next one you are defining one which is another required providers you said. Okay, so which means multiple providers you can define here, whatever is required for your configurations. Okay, so exactly 3.0.1 it is asking to download and then put it. Okay, so like this you can use the exact version, or you can use greater than or less than, or play with all the constraints whatever you want here. Okay, so now let's again one more time do the Terraform init and then see what happens. Okay, so it will reuse previous version of HashiCorp AWS because it already exists and it is present in the dependency log file. So now finding HashiCorp random versions 3.0.1 and then it installed the same thing for us. Okay, so now if you want to play with these versions, right, so you can even say that if you want to use in between this version, so let's try this. Okay, so version is for my AWS, it should be like this. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, and if you say Terraform init, so it will reuse the same thing. It is going to fail because we didn't do any upgrade thing, we didn't provide here. Okay, so you need to it is clearly saying that could not retrieve the list of available versions for the provider lock, because you have the provider log file, it is throwing like this. Okay, so I'll say upgrade and then see what happens. Okay, so now it will go and then find the version because I provided the -upgrade. So now it found something called between 3.0.0 and then 3.1.0, finding only 3.0.0, and then it is installing that respective version now. So by providing the -upgrade, it can even downgrade based on your version constraint whatever you have provided, or it can upgrade based on the version constraint whatever you have provided. So you can even say greater than tilde greater than 2.0, so it will only upgrade, means like next thing once this is done we'll also try this. Okay, so only the rightmost version it will upgrade, so 2 will be there, and on 0 only whatever is there it will try to take that. Okay, so which means 2 dot whatever is the latest available, 2.27.0 or 2.30.0 whatever is there, it is trying to use that. Okay, so now if you see it has downloaded the AWS 3.0.0. so now again one more time I have put something here called tilde greater than and then 2.0, so which means it should bring us something in the 2.0, right? So 2.70.0 it is installing, which is the latest available on 2.x release. So like this you can play with the version constraints here and then understand what is going on with all these things. Okay, so I'll try to make this to old one and then leave the configuration there and then do one more time Terraform init upgrade and then leave it like that. Okay, so let's wait for this to get completed and then we'll roll back to the previous change and then do it. Okay, so this completes the Terraform provider related version constraints information playing and also defining the required providers block in the Terraform block and also playing with the Terraform init -upgrade thing. Okay, so this has downloaded the 2.7.0. now we'll change it back and then go back to our latest. Okay, so now it is installing the latest one. Okay, 3.27.0 whatever is available as on today. Okay, so this completes the complete section related to the Terraform block, and in our next lecture we'll focus on the provider block in a step-by-step manner. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.